Here with head coach Bobby Barbier. The Demons, their first Southland Conference road trip of the year, and frankly, the first Southland Conference road trip since May of 2019.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, Coach, you go back right to where it was the last time. You go to Sam Houston State. Big weekend, the preseason favorite. They're not off to a great start, but I don't think anyone expects them to go 0-40 in the conference.
No, I don't think so. They got a good team. I mean, they were picked there for a reason. You know, they got good players. They kind of ran into Southeastern, who's been playing really good and on the road. And it'll be a good challenge for us. Be good for our team. You know, I mean, I think went on the road early, kind of been home for a while. I love going on the road. I mean, I actually love playing here too, but I really think on the road kind of brings you together. It's different though. I mean, we have different policies with COVID stuff. We take more guys because of the expanded roster. So it is a little different. We can't go the night before. You know, there's some things that are challenges, but it's nothing that this year that we weren't expecting. So hopefully we'll go in there and play well.
The good news is, even though it was 3 or 4 weeks ago and a very odd trip at that, you did get out on the road. You did go to Southern Miss. So you do have guys who have been through this before with you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's like you said, it's a long time ago since we played a conference series on the road. It's just different. You know, the intensity's different. The energy normally in the dugout's a little different when you're playing those conference series. And for us to get on the road and take on a team like Sam and then back it up with Abilene, after our bye week or off week against South Al, it's going to be a good test for us.
Well, you guys, I don't know, we talked about it, if you can really continue momentum this year, because it's such a weird year where you play on Sunday and you turn around, you don't play till Friday, but great fight from this team to come back and split the series with UIW, 4 one-run games. As a matter of fact, you've played 5 straight one-run games. I'm surprised your hair doesn't look like mine. Yours has held its color a lot better than mine has.
Yeah, mine's just falling out. So, but I do think playing tight games make you better. I think at having that atmosphere of every pitch being with the game on the line, it makes you perform under pressure, and you can kind of fool yourself, when you're either playing well in games that are maybe not out of hand, but aren't at hand at the moment, and when every pitch is thrown. So that's going to be good for us. That'll help us in the long run. Sure, I'd love to win by 3 or 4 runs. That'd be nice, but not the way it has gone lately. So it's done good for our pitchers to pitch under that stress, and hopefully that'll help them out, as the season goes on.
And certainly offensively, I think the way the game ended with Cam Sibley having a really good at bat, getting down and then hitting a triple, and then Cameron Parikh, a guy that's kind of been, as you mentioned, he was sitting by you for most of the weekend, but he comes through. Is that something that can kind of wake this team up offensively as you get to that 50, 60, 70 at bat mark for some of these guys?
Yeah, I hope so. Cam specifically, Sibley, he's had the broken ribs and he's still playing with him right now, so losing at bats and trying to get him back into it. And unfortunately, it's just not like a minor league spring training, where you can kind of pop them in and get them out, and it makes it difficult. And I had all the faith in the world. I told Cam yesterday, I said, I knew you were gonna get it done. I said, for some reason, I had that good feeling that he would get it done. And we trust a lot of guys down there, that maybe haven't had as many opportunities as others because of the way this thing is set up. But, they got to stay ready, because they never know when that opportunity is going to come like Cam had.
Well, one group I know you've trusted pretty much every weekend has been Jonathan Harmon, Cal Carver, and Levi David. Those guys really good. Cal was terrific and deserved a much better fate than he got. But those guys, especially in these 4-game weekends, I know Levi had to leave with a injury that shouldn't affect him going forward. Those guys being able to eat up innings and go deep into those games is so big when you get a 4-game weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of saw when we got Levi out, and maybe it doesn't affect that game right then and there if they don't finish, but it affects later games in the weekend, and we've been fortunate that Johnny and Cal and Levi have been solid, every time they've gone, and that's all we want. We want them to be competitive in the strike zone, right? And wherever they fall, they fall. I hope we're going to play enough defense behind them that if we're competitive in the strike zone, that we're going to be okay. And I thought you saw some guys coming out of that bullpen that pitch well too. I think when Levi leaves and we bring in a freshman in the situation and Drayton Brown that we bring him in, it's a tough spot. 2-0 count, first and second, nobody out. In a, I don't know what it was, 2-run game or 1-run game, whatever it was at the time. and he limited the damage, and then got us to the 6th, which it's huge for a young guy to come in and do that. So you're going to see, throughout these 4 games, you're going to see pitchers that maybe not had an opportunity in a couple of weeks be put in situations where there's a chance to win the game, or the game's on the line, in those spots. So I think, as more guys as we can get in those spots to be available for us, the better off we'll be.
Still figuring out those roles.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I told you going into the season, very rarely, even in a normal year, do we set roles going in. You just don't know how guys are going to perform. Sometimes you have guys that love it when it's tight, and perform really well, and sometimes you got guys that don't like it so much. And sometimes we can have a role for them too. So it's hard. I think I've had one season as a coach where, or at least where I dealt with a pitcher and a head coach where we had a closer, and I think that was Brandon Smith. He struggled out the gate, but he was here before I got here, and they said he's our closer, and then he had a great year, after that first weekend, he did great. So I think that's the only one where I really had it, and the rest of them, those roles have kind of been developed.
All right, Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you.